Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, Disparity, and we're back again with the Bear Den Talks. As you guys see here, we're with Works for Tips and also Vanta Black Knight, or Vanta the Knight, however you want to call himself. And so, as you guys know, it is the year of 2024, brand new year, brand new things to get done. Today, it's going to be it's going to be a 20-minute, 30-minute podcast. I mean, short podcast usually is what we usually end up going for. But we got some special topics today to talk about. So, in today's topics, we have Ubisoft, or at least an Ubisoft executive, stating that it's time for you guys to get ready to not own your games anymore. So, yeah, that came out. And then we have another one where Piranha Bytes, which is the creator of the Gothic series, by the way, is being threatened to be closed down by Embracer Group. Because, Embracer Group has been fumbling the ball for the past couple years now. So it's been kind of insane, kind of sad. But first, let's talk about this whole Ubisoft thing. Well, as you guys know, we're getting into the digital age. Well, we are in the digital age where, gaming is in a spot where, yeah, you have the potential not to own your games anymore. First off, so
It's just that it's being pushed more now.
yeah, because we have subscription services such as Ubisoft Plus, Game Pass, I think EA Play, which means like you could pay for cheaper access to these games, but guess what though? You're not going to own these games because gamers don't want to pay $70 for a full price game, especially when those full price games are usually going to be $20 to $30 less within the next 2 or 3 months. At least that's my thing on it. So as y'all know, y'all should know my stance on this already. Is that when it comes to games in general, I like to own my games. I don't like to sit there and rent my games and then be like, man, I wish I had access to this game. Well, I should have bought it. I don't agree with that Ubisoft exec. I think that dude is wrong for even saying that. But what are you guys' thoughts on it?
You want to go first, Fanta?
You go ahead, Tip.
All right. So pretty much what I think, I agree with you, Spacey. I find it wrong mainly just because of the fact that, if anything, I kind of do want to be able to own my games. At least physically. If I had to own a game digitally, that's fine. But like, I feel like with this, they're trying to really be like, you need to like. They're trying to really push this subscription-based deal of theirs, but they're not doing it in the best way, in my
best
opinion.
interest. Yeah, I can see.
Yeah, best interest.
Yeah, and I see here is like another thing I started to realize too is that there's starting to be like this weird. This is Ubisoft. They're starting to go, but Microsoft has already started. Well, I guess Microsoft has too, where they have these tiers. You have the classic tier where you pay cheaply, but you don't get access to a whole bunch of games. Then you pay, the premium. Premium is supposed to be the better games. When you pay the premium price, you're supposed to be getting the better games. PlayStation Plus actually does that. Matter of fact, speaking of which is they have their basic tier, then they have their premium tier, and then they got the premium Super Plus Galactic $100-$200 tier. But at the end of the day, you're paying
another membership.
Yeah, it's another membership, and you're paying this money, and you don't own anything. I mean, so what's the point? And then you have people who, for what I call on the other side, say, well, it's like the whole digital versus physical games, argument where you're like, well, I'm not going to play this game 5-10 years from now, so it's okay, or whatnot. And people are getting so lax about it, but I don't agree with that, mindset, which is really weird for people that,
And then it comes 5 to 10 years, and it's just like, I want to play that game again. And then guess what? They can't play it.
Yeah, that's usually the case. And they're like, man, I really wish I had access to this game. Well, you could have 5-10 years ago, but you're so lax on this whole digital world situation here.
Yeah, there's been so many games that have been like delisted just in the past few years. In fact, I remember I need to find it, but I remember seeing there was like a statistic that was like 70% of games like from or something like that from like the past decade or the past couple decades weren't even available anymore, which makes it like all the more like concerning that like you kind of already don't own the games. What's weird is like they're going to this subscriber thing, and as we know with the trends in the video game industry, they last up until a certain point where people start to get tired of them or some kind of law. Because like they're even mentioning even in an article that subscription fatigue
Yeah.
is going to be one of their hurdles, and I'm like, so wait a minute, you acknowledge that people are getting tired of subscriptions, but you're still gonna do this. You're still gonna like make this an option, and it's like that makes it like so evident. Like, what are we doing here? It's like I feel like we're so close to another crash in the video game market. I feel like
I
that's
think
not
we need
something
it.
I
It's
disagree because I think I've seen somewhere. I don't know if we've had the argument or I don't know if I saw it on Reddit. But one of the things that was pointed out was if we do have like a crash,
yeah,
it's not gonna be like the major guys who are gonna suffer the most. It's gonna be the little guys that are gonna suffer the most. It's gonna be the ones that are like the indies, and it's not gonna be these major media companies that are gonna suffer that much. You know, they'll just pivot to something else or offer a subscription, or God forbid, everything will be games as a service.
yeah,
So it's
Oh
like if
God.
that's yeah, and so it's like no, you kind of want more little guys running around. You kind of want
yeah,
more companies that are able to make, and which is why I wish they would pivot to more of a how can I put this, like smaller, like less AAA games. Like everything doesn't need to be AAA.
yeah.
Maybe like some mid to I want to say mid what like B tier or whatever game. Remember one thing that gets pointed out a lot is that there were always a lot of like
B tier games or double A games
B
back then.
tier like mid PS2. PS2 had way more games than any console.
Yeah,
And it just like
Yeah.
had but they were all just of varying different qualities. Some really good, some really bad, and somewhere but a lot were just like in the middle.
yeah,
And so it's like but they couldn't have been that expensive to make relatively. So it's like that meant so so much. But I don't know. I feel like that's what the gaming industry needs. But right now it's like with all this stuff with like a game coming out and then leaving the marketplace within the next 5 years, like digitally. Like the only reason people don't like physical, I mean, obviously people are running low on physical space, but even still, like, does that mean they have to like suffer by not, you know what I mean, having access to the game years down the road? It's like that doesn't make any sense to me. And I don't know.
yeah,
We're
Yeah.
in. That's just one of the questions of the age. It's like noticed some, at least Best Buy, at least was trying to phase out physical media, and that's kind of worrying. I don't know if they.
yeah,
I know it's mostly just movies and CDs, but it's like or CDs first, then movies.
yeah,
But it's only a matter of time before they go like, okay, we can just sell subscriptions. We could sell digital copies. But it's like at some point we gotta. I feel like if they're gonna do this, there needs
hmm
to be some type of protection, some type of specific thing. I guess is what I'll end on.
yeah. Agreed.
Is on a you need to point out that people don't legally own these or something like that, or that they legally need to be cheaper or something like that. Or be like just some kind of consumer protection. Um, just on the fact that like whether it's a subscription or whether it's like a digital offering, we need to make sure that like at least we understand what that is, what that means, as well as if they decide, well, we're just going to cancel your account or whatever, or ban it, like
Yeah,
can we, you know what I mean, something to protect you, like, oh, okay, we can get these back, or can I move them to a different account, or can I do something to, you know what I mean, or can this be a temporary ban? But I don't
yeah,
know. I don't know. I don't see that changing for the time being. But I
yeah.
feel like if gamers unite, maybe that can happen.
No, I can see that. Then we have Bonus A3, owner or creator. So then
Mm,
of Valerian Studios, he states, whatever the future of games looks like, content will always be king. But it's going to be a lot harder to get good content if subscription becomes the dominant model and select group gets to decide what goes into the market and whatnot. Direct from developer to players is the way. Then he goes on to say, getting a board to okay a project fueled by idealism is almost impossible, and idealism needs room to exist. Even if it can lead to disaster, subscription models will always end up being cost as benefit analysis exercises intended to maximize profit. There's nothing wrong with that, but it may become a monopoly of subscription services. We are already dependent on a select group of digital distribution platforms, and discoverability is brutal. Should those platforms all switch to subscription, they'll become savage. In such a world, by definition, the preference of subscription service will determine what games get made. Trust me, you really don't want that. So, and then he puts in TLDR. You won't find our games on a subscription service, even if I respect that many developers, it presents an opportunity to make their game. I don't have an issue with that. I just want to make sure that other ecosystem doesn't die because it's valuable. And he is right on that. He is right. This is why I state like I don't like it when games get exclusivity on, especially on PC, like on PC, where some games get exclusivity on
Epic.
on Epic and others on Steam. I want games to be on whatever platform, like every platform at the end of the day. It shouldn't take a full year for one game on Epic to come to Steam or vice versa. It should just be there from day one. And you get to choose what platform. And this is why these platforms are starting to do this whole subscription service thing, because they think that their platform, like EA or Ubisoft, that their games are all the rage, which is really not, honestly. Like, sure, a flex few of like Ubisoft games, maybe Assassin's Creed, here and there, cool, yeah, all right. Other than that, like I tried Ubisoft Plus about a year or two ago, whenever it launched, I got a free trial for it, and I didn't really care for it. I mean, I was just like, I'd rather just own it. I mean, I think I played like one game off there. I think I was Watch Dogs 2, and I was like, okay, that's that.
I mean, and also, to be fair, if anything, isn't this kind of a little bit ironic considering the fact that Ubisoft did do the whole thing where they just put all their games back on Steam?
Yeah, because what they started to do now is that they started to make it to where they they launch their game first on their platform, and then they'll later bring it to Steam. That's what they started to do, or whatnot.
Yeah, but like, wasn't it like before, like they were on Steam at one point, and then they removed them, and then they got brought back?
Yes, they removed them, and that pissed a lot of people off, because the first game they did that with was a city building game called Anno 1800. A lot of people pre-ordered it, and then they're like, "Well, we make this weird ass gamer deal with Epic or something like that," and now it's like, "Well, y'all, sorry guys, you might have bought it on Steam. If you bought it on Steam, I mean, you get to keep your game, but anybody that tries to buy it now, you won't be able to get it. You have to buy it on our storefront or whatever." I was like, "No." So 5 years later, Anno came out on Steam. I was like, "Okay," it came out for $12. Because I will say this though, a lot of Ubisoft games that wasn't on Steam came when it's not on Steam. It's like, I think when they usually go on sale, it's like they're like $12. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm fine with that. I mean, I'm not spending no more than 20 on those games. I mean, I already have a huge backlog to play anyway, so it's like, if I have the spare cash, I mean, I don't mind spending the money on that. Just saying, but that's just my opinion. You have anything else to say on the situation tips?
Honestly, I mean, I just don't like the idea that we're just leaning towards like this whole everything has to be digital kind of thing.
Mm.
Because at the point, as I'm not gonna lie, I feel like maybe like 10 to 15 years down the road, we're probably gonna get to a point where all video games are gonna be subscription based or
Yeah.
gas games, and it's like gonna probably be at that point. But that might be the new video game crash.
You think so?
It possibly could be.
Because that's
I mean,
going
like,
to.
because when you have to pay cause like obviously all three of us know that gaming is a luxury. Games cost a lot of money. They usually range from $60 to $70.
Oh yeah.
Soon, every game will probably be $70. And I could just see down the road that at some point they're gonna probably make games over $100, or they're gonna make it to where you have to pay a bunch of money just for a subscription. But I might as well ask, because this was subscription thing before. It was just it was just something you could buy before it became subscription. But with the Adobe Premiere and Photoshop and stuff like that, how
Yeah.
much did it originally cost when it was like you could just standalone buy it?
I don't remember exactly, but I believe it probably costs an upwards to about $200-$300. And when you bought it for like that. It was basically that version. So let's say Adobe 2025 comes out, right? When you buy it for that version, and then they'll update it for a while. But then once the next version, which let's say 2026 comes out or whatever, right? You have to buy a whole new version again. So usually, so what it is right now is that if you're a company, you want to buy, I guess they have an option that you can buy, like, I guess, buy for your company or whatever, spend, I don't know, whatever, that $20,000, whatever, right? And then they'll continuously update your shit. Now, for us normal users, though, they're like, well, hey, you must pay this, subscription or whatever, subscription models. Microsoft did the same thing with Microsoft Office, or they call it Microsoft 365 now, I think. and
Yeah.
you have to pay subscription service now too, because the latest version was Microsoft 2021, and that's when they brought out the 360 version, and now you got to pay for that one. And yeah,
But like pretty much what I'm trying to get at here is that I feel like at some point they're gonna make like subscriptions for like one platform, of gaming. Like for example, like PlayStation. It could be like, oh, you can get like all these games and stuff, and all you have to do is pay a simple price of $500 each month.
no sir, no
I don't
sir.
even get games like that anymore. I can see if you had like an addiction. That reminds me
I
of
mean,
like GameStop has like something like that, right? Like at this point, it's like if you have an addiction, like that makes sense. But if you, ugh,
Just
it's like,
thinking,
that doesn't even want to play games anymore.
and that's what I said. It's like these days, speaking of which, I really just pick and choose the games I play these days. Like, I don't really care. Like, people are like, are you getting this game? Are you getting that? I was asked like multiple times last night, like from one guy, and he was like, are you going to get this game, that game, this game? I was like, no, I'm gonna choose this game, and I'm gonna stick with that game because I already planned on it. Other than that, like, I don't, I'm not here to buy like every single game unless they're on sale, because you got, I'm at the point in my life where a lot of these games got to be on sale for me, for me to pick them up. Because again,
yeah.
my time is precious. Like, when it comes to me, at least, I play like what? I'm on break from Apex. I play League of Legends. I play Baldur's Gate 3. I play City Skylines 2. I play XCOM. I play a lot of these other strategy game stuff, and it's like I'm good. Like, if it's a game series I really want to play, like Yakuza, oh, I'm there for it. That's 100. But other than that,
Considering that we're about a week away from that game coming out, Spacey.
yeah. So it's like I'm actually excited for that game. Anything else? No. you know, because as a gamer, you don't have to pick up every game, but like we're heading to the future where now, like I said, I guess that's what that's for. Because with the economy going bad and things like that, it looks good playing, playing a paying a subscription service for $15 a month. Looks good, right? Because hey, you don't have to. It's like 15 versus $70. You don't have to break the bank. You know, and but hey, eventually though, that adds up. It's $15 a month. It literally does add up eventually. So you'll be within like what 5 months, you'll be already paying more than 70 anyways. So that's where they try to get you at. But also, it's at the same time what they really are trying to do is they trying to make sure that you forget about your subscription too. So when that roller month comes by, you get charged that $15. Like, what? I got charged $15. But where? Oh, Game Pass or Ubisoft Plus, and boom. But that's my opinion on the situation. That's what I have to say on that. Any last words for this topic?
No.
No.
Okay, so before I'm gonna pivot from the Piranha Bytes um topic right now, or hold that off for the time. But what I do want to talk about is it's the year 2024. What plans or goals do y'all have for this year? Like, what do y'all think about? Like, what are your major plans? What are your lesser plans this year? Like, have y'all thought about any of that this year or no?
Not yet, in my opinion.
Mm.
I don't know what I'd want to do.
What about you, Vanta?
Finally build that PC for one. Another job for two. Finish some games this year, maybe.
Number 3, get pulled to scan your SSD.
Yeah, that I don't know if that's gonna happen because I mean, are you guys gonna play Apex anymore? Because it's like, uh,
Honestly,
I may actually uninstall Destiny. That might actually be the goal this year.
I
Supposedly it's
mean,
gonna be the last content drop, allegedly, but they're gonna sneak something in.
if I'm
But
if, I was gonna say, if I'm being honest, we probably might still play Apex. It's just,
yeah.
of course, we like to take a break from it sometimes because,
Hmm.
back when we first got it back in 2020, we were like on that game almost every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, plus I've
It
been
was
playing
pretty
it
much
since it
like the
came
Dead by
out.
Daylight for us.
No, it's kind of funny. I used to rag on Vanta here all the time. Like, damn, dude, you on Apex? You on Apex? You on Apex?
And then we got on it, and you're just like, Man, I'm sorry, cuz.
Yeah. You were trying to get on it every single day. I was like, damn, I'm already tired of this game. Are you fucking serious? I've been trying to get you to play this shit for like 2 years.
And then,
3 years. Now
finally,
you
when
want to
he
play?
gets on it, it's just like, I don't know if I want to play this anymore.
Man, I'm done. Like, I'm always picked out.
Yeah.
I mean, if anything, there is the point where we do need to possibly try doing the Final Fantasy stuff with it.
I mean, I would try it out. It's pretty fun. It's not
It's
it's
not
not
the end.
You
amazing,
know,
but all those
It's
limited time modes are
interesting.
pretty fun. Yeah,
you know
all
what
the
though?
limited time modes are fun. So I would
Like my
try
thing with Apex
while
though,
they're still
honestly,
there.
I feel like the one game. So let's all rag on it. The one game that makes the most sense out of any model though
Uh,
is honestly League of Legends. And why I say that is because,
uh,
and I'll say this why. I want to be my model is why. It's like they give you a lot of ways to earn, in-game skins, a lot of things for free, So like that
mhm,
model right there is pretty cool. Like, a lot of skins that I ain't gonna lie, I spent $1,000 in League. Dead ass serious, 1,000 over the years. I've been playing it since 2015. No, 2014. So yeah, I spent $1,000. But a lot of the time though, when you're allowed to get free skins and stuff, a lot of the skins I got for free because just by playing the game. And when I look at games like Apex and stuff,
yeah.
right, I'm like, I really do wish that they'll give you
All right,
free.
guys, get your credit card out. Here's a community event.
Yeah, it's like I really wish that they'll give you free
Fuck,
skins that aren't
dude.
recolors. Like a lot
Oh
of the
God, that's the worst too.
yeah, it's like the majority of the other skins are just recolors.
It's like the only fucking good skins are literally just the gold skins, or like maybe like the event kind of skins where like they might be blue or purple, but they actually make the character look different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like dead
Like
ass
how
elite.
like I know there's that one caustic skin you had, Spacey, where like he actually has the goggles on, and that's a blue if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm. Like in League of Legends, I have what do you call so League of Legends has skin tiers, and like it goes from Ultimate, which is like the most expensive, to Legendary, to Epic. And Epic's like $10 skins, stuff like that, right? And so I got Ultimate skins. I think 3 to 4 Ultimate skins for free just by playing the game because you use the in-game currency called Orange Essence. Sure, it takes a lot of time to save up for it. It does, but eventually you get it. And also, what really helped out too is that I was part of Amazon Prime, and they give out like free loot every month for me to subscribe to Amazon Prime. And
Mhm.
another good thing is like I'm on a buddy's Amazon Prime. Keck W. So I'm just able to collect that shit while my buddy, because his cell phone, his Amazon Prime is connected to his cell phone bill. So you know, so I'm on there. But yeah, but you basically get what I mean by that though. It's like, yeah, you
You
know,
wish that like it's like you like both Apex and League, but you just wish that Apex would take a page out of League's book and give out some pretty cool skins that could also one be free and two actually look different than just being like, oh, here's Bloodhound in his default outfit, and then here's this alternate color where he's blue.
now for me though, and like my goals are pretty simple. Um, I do want to get back into dating this year. I mean, it's been like 5 years since I never went on a
Yeah.
date, but that's if people still date these days. I've been hearing a lot of stories where it's like a lot of, I wouldn't call it a lot of work. Put it like that. It's just a lot of online shit, and people don't meet up these days. I mean, it's like I might have to just go to me and Ryan just got to go to a bar one day. Like one of these days, it's like I don't know. Check it out. YouTube wise, I mean, content creation wise, I guess you could call it doing fine on that. I mean, I'm growing a lot tremendously over these past couple of weeks, so I mean, I'm pretty cool on that.
Maybe if anything, you might want to try and get some more videos on your channel, or maybe get a few more subscribers for the end of the year. That
Yeah,
could be a goal.
one of my goals is actually getting 2,000 subscribers, or at least damn near close. I mean, I'm already at 1,248 subscribers, so it's a plus in my book. Um, you know, it's a lot. I mean, YouTube, it's work, but it's not a lot of work as a lot of people make it out to be. But I'm gonna keep that there. Um, and then saving up money, a lot more money this year. Like
Yeah.
me and Picky, picky choosing what I want to do and or what I want to buy, and saving up money is going to be a key thing for me for sure.
That's a big one. It's hard to do.
Yeah, it really is because for at least in my opinion, when it comes to me saving money, is that um, money's it's like I'm saving up really well, and then something audibly just has to happen. Like something that let's say something breaks. Well, that money I saved up, guess what? I got to replace that, or this happens or that, or a bill miraculously, comes up. And I'm just like, well, like, I'll give you an example. Apparently, I forgot to pay my November health insurance bill, so I didn't even expect to I was like, why is my healthcare bill $34? So for the new year, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, so I went to my bank statement and said, okay, I paid September, October, December. I said, wait, I skipped November? I thought, hell no. So, there's something like that. It's unexpected where, you guys spend more money with shit. Because when it comes to spending money, I'm very calculated. Like, I calculate down to the T. I'm like, okay, I'm going to spend this, that, and the third. Like, if I'm not going to spend this money, I keep this money in my savings account, stuff like that. I do a lot of that. But, yeah.
Would you say you're very frugal, or you just cheap bag?
I guess you call it frugal.
Okay. There is a difference.
I mean, my family, like one of my older sisters is very cheap. Yes.
See, I'm pretty sure we know who that is.
She's very cheap, but yeah. Other than that, like that's just my small goals. I do want to try to work on getting A+ certified, but again, that goes entwined with saving up money, which because that test is gonna cost like $200-$300 in order to do.
A+ certified?
Yeah, basically I can work for pretty much any corporation that deals with networking or coding and stuff like that. Basically,
got it.
It's like when you're looking for job searching and whatnot. Most jobs require say, okay, let's say you want to go for IT field or whatever. They're like, this job requires you to be A+ certified. Like you don't have to be experienced, but you just have to have that certification. And certification is like a diploma basically. It's like, okay, you got this, you're certified, boom, and they'll hire you for the most part. Yeah. Other than that, that's. And a small one here. It's getting platinum at Age of Empires 4.
Hey, you could have been platinum had your, power not been, an ass.
Oh, I figured out. Yeah, we also figured out why that was a thing too. Like I said, the socket in this area where I'm at, it can only hold so much juice, or do so much juice. And I have a lot of things connected to it. Especially we have so in the garage we have a defreezer, like right. You can't see what's right here. That's connected to the to the power strip or whatever. So this little heater right here uses a lot of power to heat up the garage, and actually heats up pretty damn well. That's a
could that heater probably have been the reason why?
Yeah. So, but it was the reason. So what I did was we actually plugged it into the hallway, and power has been off since. It's a heater that's using a lot of power. Apparently.
That's actually very crazy. Of all things, the problem was just this heater that I had just facing my PC, pulling all that hot air.
I believe it though. It's using a lot of electricity in order to heat up those coils. So it's sucking up a lot of power.
Yeah.
And versus I have my computer. My computer uses a power, but not like that. But
unless you probably had a lot of shit connected to the PC.
I remember for years, I used to always tell my mom, always be like, the computer's using a lot of electricity, X, Y, Z. I'm like, no, the computer. I was like, Mom, no. What's using a lot of electricity in the house is your 3 refrigerators, your 1 deep freezer. Okay? My little computer does not use that much power. Okay, woman? But, other than that, though.
She was telling you that because she wanted you to stop being on the computer and, probably just, do something else.
That's really what it was, though. Probably because I was in high school as well. High school football, of course. And
that probably would have pushed it more.
Yeah, pretty much. I used to stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning playing Europa on a school night. But that was some fun days, though. But that's all I have to say for today's podcast. Appreciate you. It's just started the new year. We'll hopefully should be back for the next 2 weeks. We're gonna still try to do this, bi-weekly, and come up with some more new topics. And maybe by then we might have a new name change for this podcast too, because 2024, I want this year for the podcast to really kick off and get this thing going. You might see this podcast on Spotify and on other various platforms as well. So just keep that in mind. Keep that. We're gonna keep it going. But do you guys have any last words to say?
No. I was just gonna say, besides, getting the new podcast, name, new year, new podcast.
Yeah. New year, new me. But still same old people. What about you, Vince? Anything you gotta say, brother?
Not much. Just do better than last year.
Right. But
No, just remember, just help them get that game in PC.
yeah. Yeah, you really gotta get. Where are you at on that game PC, anyways? What do you have? Do you have anything
I
like
have
physical?
the monitor. That's all I got right now.
That's crazy.
Okay, see Spacey, he can probably go on to like PC Part Picker and just get a list of things. And
I already did that for. I gave him both Intel and AMD PCs.
Yeah, I mean I have other worries right now, so
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah.
It's just the sooner you get that gaming PC, the sooner you could probably, actually be playing games at maybe a higher graphic fidelity or.
See,
right,
you
no.
you could probably.
It's still a priority, but it's a lower priority right
see,
now.
that's all. Like that's on. When it comes to like taxes, we're gonna really got a tax pretty soon. It's like,
yeah,
what
tax,
am I?
like tax season, like I can probably, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
It starts to get a little better. But
Like, what am I thinking?
I'm-
Like, I might actually even get into getting a Steam Deck. I'm thinking about it. Like, I'm like, do I really gonna spend the money though? It's like I want it. It's like I can use that money to go towards something else. But like, it's like for $400 something a Steam Deck, or at least it's like I see on Amazon it's like 329 used. So I'm like really thinking about it. I'm like, I'm talking about really thinking about it. Honestly,
Like, do you really want a Steam Deck that could probably play only a certain amount of Steam games, or two,
I mean-
just get it so we could probably mod it.
I mean, a lot of games right now for the Steam Deck, it's actually really capable right now. The
Yeah.
list is really high.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, there are some games that like the Steam Deck can't run because it's not compatible. That's the main thing I'm just getting at with the Steam Deck. It's just some games aren't compatible.
Yeah. Let's see, but that's what I'm looking at though, like because they dropped the price of the Steam Deck right now because the new OLED Steam Deck came out, and so right now they have the LCD ones. I'm like, I need to hop on that, before
Yeah.
So yeah, because I think I would play my Steam. I would probably play the Steam Deck more than I would play my Switch, honestly. Truth be told, I mean I'm already doing that right now. Anyways, I play my computer more than Steam, but
honestly, I've been playing my Switch way more too. Like I've been playing that Hyrule Warriors, and honestly, it's a good time.
mm-hmm. I believe it.
I wish. Oh god, if it was anything other than Nintendo, though, I could be online. Like that's the only feature that game really needs to be like elevated. But then again, nowadays it'd be like a season pass. But like, I don't know, man. We need some more Moose Out games.
Yeah.
That would be an excellent B tier game series.
Oh, those
The Warriors.
yeah,
like
the
Dynasty
Warriors, yeah.
clones.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't mind them. They're actually pretty fun.
They are fun. They're a lot of fun.
I do kind of wish that, like, a way they probably could have online multiplayer.
Mhm.
But
I don't know how stable
I don't know,
it would be,
just-
but I
it's
mean,
just-
it'd just be like you and another person, or unless it'd be like similar to what this one Star Wars Battlefront 2. Not the current one. The
the classic from
Yeah.
2005.
classic Star Wars Battlefront 2 classic.
Yeah, that was the shit back in the day.
Oh my
Really
god,
was,
it
though.
so much fun.
Really was fun though.
Especially with the Galactic Conquest kind of thing. We need more game. We need more games with that kind of thing. Just
Yeah,
the
we-
idea of you like conquering a map.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm
It's
about to
just
get
like, I kind of also just do wish that certain games that we have nowadays that, like, because, like, obviously there are some Nintendo games that, like, came out in the past, and then it's just like, oh, we brought it back, and we decided to give it online multiplayer, and then sometimes they just don't do that, which I find stupid.
Yeah, hey, that's Nintendo though. That's what y'all
But
love.
the one thing I'm hoping they don't botch is if they do a Dragon Quest IX remake,
Mhm.
That'll be
if they
Square
give us
Enix.
online multiplayer.
Oh, Power World's coming out soon.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the game. Yeah,
Hmm.
they brought asked me if I'm gonna get. I said nah. That's for you Pokemon guys, or you hardcore Pokemon guys.
Not necessarily. It doesn't seem like a direct Pokemon thing. It kind of looks like it's advertised as that way, but it looks more like a jank kind of. What is it like? What when I was looking at gameplay, it looked more like kind of a weird slime rancher kind of Animal Crossing. Like, have you seen that game, Slime Rancher?
Something like that. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Well,
so.
it's kind of like you like build like a farm and like like a setup for them, and then you can like it's kind of that kind of thing where you're actually building and planning stuff
Hmm.
in addition to like the not Pokemon, the pals,
Yeah,
the pal. I don't know what they're, but it's fairly interesting. It looks interesting. I'm trying to hopefully see a review. Hopefully none are disappointing. Hopefully there's no embargo.
yeah. But like I said, that's all I have to say, guys, about this podcast here.
Yeah.
Honestly, appreciate you guys coming together again. Once again, again, y'all, we'll be back hopefully every 2 weeks with new topics, fresh ideas, and you know, growing the channel, I guess you could say, right? So at the end of the day, thank you guys for watching. Thank y'all for your support. We'll see y'all for the next one. Peace out. Much love, everybody. Have a good one, y'all.